this point, I don't think it's worth getting mad over with the team right now. Just with the way they're playing. Even though they went on this road trip 2-2, like the recent stretch in general, the past 3 weeks have just been so brutal. It's been so brutal. They haven't won back-to-back games at all during the month of March. It's been win loss, maybe a lose two, win loss, win loss, win loss. It's been that type of stretch for this team. And when the games that they lose, oh my goodness, especially recently, it hasn't been good. It hasn't been pretty whatsoever. And tonight was not one of those nights. Well, tonight was one of those nights, actually. Just not pretty, ugly, and just the team showed no heart. Like, the only person that showed true heart was Oscar Lindblom when he took that fight at the end of the first period. And maybe you think that could spark the Flyers going in some type of direction, but they only get one goal, and then the same mistakes continue to happen in the third period. It's even the same with the second period. Even though the second period, Hart played fantastic. But this entire game, it was just the same sloppy mistakes. And once again, it turns into that broken record where it's the same issues. And those same issues transpired in this game. And a lot of those issues happened on the first 4 Islanders goals. Well, basically, I would say every Islanders goal turned into that type of situation with the same issues. You got just a terrible shift, and also even before this game, before you even get to the game, regardless. Sean Couturier was a very late scratch with a lower body injury. He was on the ice for warm-ups, but late scratch, and Michael Raffl took his place. So hopefully it's not too serious, and hopefully he's back in the lineup. I'm sure we won't find out anything until after the game with the press conferences or even tomorrow, because that's not going to be pretty if Couturier is out long-term once again. This team cannot, even though the team wasn't really that fantastic when Coots was in the lineup, even though he was fantastic, the team's not going to survive him being out long term once again. They're just not. They're just not going to. So, the first 4 Islanders goals. They jump up to a 4-0 lead, and the start for the Flyers just couldn't be any worse. It just couldn't. You get a terrible shit by Travis Konechny. They try to bring the puck up. He moves the puck back. And then they break the puck out, and then he tries to go for the little odd man situation, and he just he just hooks the guy, takes a penalty, and the Islanders go to the power play. And this was one of those goals where it was just an unfortunate bounce. Oscar Lindblom takes a shot block, and that ensuing shot block goes right to the stick of Jean-Gabriel Pageau, and it's a 1-0 Islanders lead. And it was just, that goal was unfortunate. It transpired because of a bad penalty taken by a terrible shift by Travis Konechny. But the second goal was just a mad scramble. I have no idea what was happening in front of the Flyers' net. There were probably like 4 Flyers in front of the net in front of Carter Hart for this puck battle. Islanders defense, they bring it around the net. The puck goes to the net, and there's more Flyers players than Islanders players, and the Flyers somehow can't come away with the puck. And the puck goes to the stick of Jordan Eberle, and he manages to find the open hole going past Carter Hart, and it's 2-0 Islanders just like that. And then not so long later, Nate Prosser with the worst turnover possible. The worst turnover possible. Goes right to the stick of Casey Zizekas. And yeah, this is definitely a goal Carter Hart would want back as well, going glove side once again. And it's a 3-0 Islanders lead, but just a terrible turnover by Nate Prosser. Just absolutely terrible. And for the 4th Islanders goal, a terrible play by Erik Gustafsson. They're bored, him and Nate Prosser bored playing one another, and then somehow Erik Gustafsson just lets Casey Zizekas walk right up. Nate Prosser tries to clear the puck. Zizekas knocks the puck down, goes over to stick to Hickey, then goes back to Zizekas. It's a 4-0 lead for the Islanders. So Casey Zizekas scores 2 goals of those Islanders. 4. And the major theme from this game, too, were the Flyers allowed a lot of players in this game that were on goalless droughts in a lot of games to score in this game. Pageau was on a goalless drought. Eberle was on a drought. Zizekas was on a drought. Beauvillier, who scored later, he was on a drought. And even Josh Bailey as well, the other 2 Islanders goals. Every player that scored in this game was on a goalless drought. So, yeah, not good. Not good at all. Alain Vigneault does elect after the 3rd goal to take a timeout, but that timeout didn't work, and the 4th goal happened by Zizekas. But then Oscar Lindblom decides to take a fight to try to spark the boys up, and it actually did work for a few minutes. And Joel Farabee coming up on a 2-on-1, they got a puck battle going up, and Joel Farabee won it, comes up the ice, takes the shot, beats Sorokin, and it's 4-1 Islanders. And the Flyers did get a couple of chances at the end of the first period. Sorokin made a couple of those saves, so the Islanders go up 4-1 after the intermission. Second period, it just not much for the Flyers. Islanders, they had a lot of possession. The Carter Hart making a lot of saves. There were a couple of breakaways. Clutterbuck had a breakaway. Barzal had a breakaway. I think Beauvillier had one too. There were just a lot of... it's just continuation of the turnovers. And the Flyers' power play in this game was just no help either. Just no help. Going back to the same old ways of just not being able to score. And that's been one of the problems too. The special teams. Even though... I would say the penalty kill recently has been better, even though they did allow a goal in the power play for the Islanders in this game. But just still, special teams have been a major issue. Turnovers have been a major issue. Just leaving our goaltenders out to dry have been a major issue. The only goal I really blame on Carter Hart in this game is the third goal by Casey Cizikas. And I know it was a terrible turnover by Nate Prosser, but I would think Hart would like that one back. I would think that. And I just didn't like the goal that he gave up. I just didn't like it. So second period, really nothing happening whatsoever. There were a couple of penalties in this period. The Flyers had 2 actually, and couldn't score. The Flyers had 3 power plays in total. 2 of them in the second period, 1 of them in the third period. And just, they couldn't do anything. Nothing in that second period. Islanders, Carter Hart was making a couple of saves, and they're still up 4-1 after the second period. Then the third period comes around. Just turnovers galore. And both of these goals were because of turnovers. Anthony Beauvillier scoring, making it 5-1, just terrible turnovers left and right. Flyers can't get it out of their own zone. Josh Bailey with the same situation, turnovers, and it turns into a goal for him, and he makes it 6-1. And that was around like 4 minutes left in the third period. And the Flyers, like, they had some type of jump, but they just couldn't do anything. They didn't have any fight in them. They had no fight. They showed no energy whatsoever, and there was just nothing in the tank. Nothing in the tank for this team. It's ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous at this point. And for stats in this game, Islanders outshot the Flyers 28-24. Flyers were dominated in the faceoff circle, dominated in special teams. Their actually hitting was pretty much even in this game. Flyers had 27, Islanders had 28. Flyers blocked 14 shots. That showcased how much the Islanders possessed the puck in the Flyers zone. Flyers had 20 giveaways in this game. 20. Turnovers were a major issue in this game. It was so bad. It was so bad. I can't describe how bad it could be. Because it would just sound like a broken record. It would. It would sound like a complete broken record. And the Flyers just... And also in that third period, too, didn't see much of Travis Konechny either. So I wonder if Alain Vigneault benched him for the third period. And it's still... This is another game where Shane Gostisbehere was also a healthy scratch. So... I know Shane Gostisbehere isn't the best defenseman defensively either, but he's been one of your best defensemen this season. And you're going to be picky against him for his lack of defensive play when you got guys like Nate Prosser, who really shouldn't be a regular in the NHL lineup, turning pucks over left and right. Eric Gustafsson, who's a liability on defense, worse than Ghost to be on the ice. And from the way Sanheim and Myers are playing too, like, why is Ghost getting the healthy scratch bug so much? I just don't understand that. I don't understand that move, but like that's really the only thing I'm criticizing of Alain Vigneault is why is Ghost being scratched for this long? I know he's not our best defenseman. I know that, but he's been our best defenseman one of our best defensemen this season. But still, overall, team defense has been terrible. Puck management in our own zone has been terrible. Just finding the lack of effort has been a major issue as well. And sometimes our guys forget our matchups. They just leave him out, like Eric Gustafsson. He lost a couple of matchups, which led to a couple of goals in this game. Just left guys just do their own thing, get wide open, and he's doing who knows what wherever else. It's not good. It's not good at all. And like I said, I'm running out of things to say with this team. Because every single game, it's the same issue coming left and right. And there's nothing else to say, but right now this team just sucks. They do. They suck right now. And they still have to make a trade. Like, I'm not going to think they won't make a trade, but this is like a thing where you make this is a long thing you gotta fix. And right now, there's like no clear sign of it getting better because your team is leaving your goaltenders out to dry. Your goaltenders haven't been making the saves recently that you need them to, and just overall team play has been brutal. It's just been so brutal. And a lot of the times when these guys go down, they hang their heads. They look defeated. There's no fight back. There's no fight back. When you're down by this much, at least show some of your pride. Take some hits. Take penalties. Get in their face. Make sure because you play this team again on Monday. I think, yeah, they do play them on Monday, back at home in the Wells Fargo Center. Just do something. You have to do something. You just can't let this team run all over you like this. And now the Islanders have been the much better team. They have been. But you just, like, regardless of the team, you cannot let a team run all over you like that. The same thing happened against the Rangers when they lost 9-0. You just cannot let a team do that. And something really needs to change. And it needs to happen fast. But right now, I just don't see this team as a playoff team with the way they're playing, and I don't see it getting any better with the way that they're playing. Because it's the same things that continue to happen, and they don't look like they're fixing it, or at least trying to fix it. So, there's a lot of things to look at in the upcoming days, but who knows? Who knows? And I know this video is a little shorter, but like I said, it feels like you're just a broken record at this point, saying the same exact things. So, I'm going to make the video shorter than usual. So, Flyers lose 6-1 to the New York Islanders. And yet, like I said, the Flyers just haven't won a back-to-back games at all. I think and honestly, like even going back to the beginning of the month either, the Flyers haven't had a game where they allowed less than 3 goals. I think their last game where they allowed less than 3 goals were the back-to-back shutouts in Buffalo. So every game has been 3+ goals, 3+ goals, 3+ goals ever since the beginning of March. And yeah, that's not a recipe for success. And that just showcases the other struggles with the Flyers right now. So, that's going to do it for here. What are your thoughts on this game, everyone? What are your thoughts on this video? Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section down as always. And don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I am a part of. Their links will be in the description below. Don't forget to check out the Florida Podcast merchandise website. That link and also the link for Flyers Nitty Gritty will be in the description below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, everyone. And I will see you next time.